Hi friends, this is CMP 202 and we are team 15. This is our team Prashant, Akshay, Anup, Vaibhav and Vinay. The goal of Sprint 1 is knowledge acquisition and we are learning about Unity. In this task board, you can see the individual tasks assigned and progress of the sprint 1. The zeros at the end of sprint denotes that we have completed all the tasks. In the burn down chart, initially we were ahead of ideal burn down slope, in between we were lagging, and finally we managed to complete on time.
Hello, this is Prashant Luthra. I would like to run you through my tasks in Sprint 1. These are my weekly reports from week 1 to week 4. I was assigned the task of exploring how the scenes in Unity are built, graphics and visuals that will be used throughout the game. So we'll go to Unity. I'll explain you few panels used in Unity. We have created few folders in project panel like prefabs. This will have game objects that can be reused throughout the game. Scenes. A scene is basically a level or a menu. Sounds. This will have all music files. Scripts. All the code file goes here. Textures. Textures are sprites or images of our games. We also have hierarchy panel. Hierarchy panel contains every object that will be used in our scene. As my task was to explore the graphics and visuals for the game, so the graphics which you will see in my game is the main task that I have achieved. I'll show how the images and objects are added in the scene. So we have already imported few images into our textures folder. This will be used while creating objects in our scene. So let me show you how the game actually looks like. We'll play our game. So you can see use a particular button from my keyboard. The player throws the bullets which actually is targeted towards the enemies, and as soon as the bullet touches the enemies, the enemies and the bullet both disappears. I have also added a parallel scrolling effect in this game. When the game was in initial stage, we had to create a static scene with a player and enemies. That was a bit boring. Then we thought of enhancing our background. We added parallel scrolling effect, that is moving the background layers at different. We'll have two scrolling to achieve parallel scrolling. The player is moving forward along with the camera. Background elements are moving at different speeds. So these are the code. This is the code for actual scrolling script.
Hi, this is Vaibhav Namdev. For sprint 1, these are my tasks which I have completed. In this knowledge acquisition sprint, I have learned about Unity basics, how to build scenes, learned about Unity scripting basics and API which can be used in development. Also, I have learned about basic interactivity in Unity. Now let's start a quick game demo. This is the game which I made using knowledge which I gathered from sprint 1. Let's quickly play the game. So in this game, player can shot the aliens which are enemy. As soon as the bullet hits the aliens gets die. For moving player, firing bullets, destroying an aliens, we use scripting. So For such purposes, we use scripts in our game. So this is our build scene where we place our all the gaming objects which we want to use in our game. So here we can see our all the gaming objects which are placed on the scene. So here different game objects are having different behaviors which they use. So to provide a behavior to any of the game objects, we use scripts. So we do not use code directly to create a component. Instead, we write script code and attach that script to a game object. So in this script folder, we can place our all the script files we want to use to provide behavior to different gaming objects. So to provide a behavior, we directly go to the player, add component and add scripts to our game objects. So behavior in our case is moving of player, moving of bullet and collision, detection of collision, etc. Let's take one of the script to get in-depth knowledge about scripts. So I'm opening player script. Let's default scripts come with start and update methods and some of the more methods like update, fixed update, etc. Here I have commented start method because I don't want to instantiate any of the object at beginning. Now update method, it's executed for each frame in the main game loop. Fixed update, this method is called at every fixed frame rate. When dealing with physics, we use this method over update. Destroy is invoked whenever we want to destroy any object. And that's all about my part.
Hello, my name is Anup Dudani. For this sprint, our topics to learn were download and install Unity Game Engine, learning basics of Unity, study of Unity tools and creating gameplay, interactivity basics, interactivity physics. These tasks are shown in the weekly reports in the slide given here. I have done some experiments with what I have learned. This is what I made an Alien vs Mario game. Let's begin with the game itself. Here the Mario can move in the negative direction of X and I can move the alien by arrow keys horizontally or vertically. The stones don't have any behavior as of now. Here I have created a scene which has few objects: stones, Mario, alien with its spaceship, that is the player. I have attached a script for movement by input to player and a script to Mario which can move Mario automatically when I start the game. I have added two physics 2D components to player and Mario NEB, box collider 2D and rigid body 2D. I will show you how this looks. This is the behavior of box collider 2D and rigid body 2D.
Hi, I'm Akshay Chandra, and here are the screenshots of the weekly Scrum report. So my main task is scripting in Unity, which we have implemented using C#. So I'll give you a demo of a small game which is implemented in Unity. Okay, so this is based on my favorite cartoon Dragon Ball Z, and here is how it works. So he needs to dodge the balls, and if he gets hit, the character disappears as well as the ball. So let me give you a quick demo behind the scripting that goes behind this. I've included all the scripts under the script parent folder. So let's go into the movement script, the player movement script. Here in the player script, the speed, which is of type vector, is made public. So that it can be changed outside the scripting tool in Unity. This is one of the really powerful features that Unity provides, and the horizontal and the vertical axis is calculated and stored in the input X and input Y variables, and based on the keyboard movement of the direction keys, the character is moved up or down or right or left. Okay, so let's see for the horizontal movement of the power ball, the yellow power ball, and that is here. So apart from the speed vector field which you have seen earlier, I've included a direction vector field as well. And here the horizontal movement is calculated by multiplying the speed, which is predefined, and the direction. So let's see now what happens when the power ball collides with the player. The power ball it gets the damage is initialized to 1, and also I've included the destroy power ball so that if the power ball goes out of the screen, it misses the player, it needs to get destroyed after 20 seconds. So basically there's a script called the health script where the health is earlier initialized to 2, and when the power ball collides with the player, the health gets reduced, and when the health is either 0 or less than that, then the player as well as the power ball gets destroyed.
Hi, this is Vinay Gulani. These are my tasks for Sprint 1. I have been assigned a task to study interactivity basics and interactivity physics and to create a demo on that. Let's go to Unity. Here I have created a basic 2D brick game using 3D objects. Let's start with the objects that I have used in this game. These are 3 walls: left wall, top wall, and this is right wall. This is the pedal, this is a ball. Apart from this, these are the series of bricks. Let's see the 3D view of these objects. Here we can see all these objects are actually in 3D. Now I am moving to a quick demo of this game. Here you can see that ball when collides with the brick dies, and when it hits with the pedal it bounces back by changing its direction. Let's see the basics of collision that I have used. Change it to 2D view, and here you can see there is no ball because ball will get instantiated when game starts. You can see a ball in a material. This is physics ball. Here you can see the bounciness of this ball is 1. What bounciness basically is? It determines how much energy remains after the collision on a scale of 0 to 1. 0 represents a complete loss of energy and 1 represents there is no loss of energy. Let's see by changing it to 0. I am starting the game again. Here you can see that the ball has lost all its energy after the collision with the brick.
Thank you.